Hi guys, it's Sunday on our channel. That means it's my day to upload, and this week's topic is the Dear Me videos that are going around YouTube. They're really popular at the moment, and the idea is that you're talking to your younger self. I think it's a really good idea because the best thing about getting older is being able to look back at your life with hindsight and recognise things that you've done really well in your life that you can be very proud of when you're feeling down, and also recognise that bad things do happen in your life. Bad things happen to everyone. But the best thing about hindsight in those situations is that what might seem like a period of your life which is so dark and is never going to end, that is like at the end of the tunnel, and it does end and life does get better. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, for anyone who might have been going through things that I was going through when I say younger, I mean late teens, and I thought there would be no end, and that's what I was. I thought that was who I was. But I can say very happily right now that there is light at the end of the tunnel. It does happen. People do get out of these dark periods in their life. Right now in my life, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I'm doing a master's degree in a topic that I absolutely love at a university I've aspired to go to since I was younger. And if you told me this when I was 18 to 20, I would not have believed you, because I was in a very dark period. With hindsight, I can recognise what caused this period of my life, so that's why I'm making this video, in case I help someone be able to recognise that in themselves, or to be able to take a step back from what they are doing and think, maybe I'm actually neglecting myself and my needs right now. So I'll start from the beginning so you know what I'm talking about. It feels weird to address my younger self as you, as in I'm talking to someone else, when that's actually me. Like, even the bad periods of my life, that was still me, and it still shaped me into the person I am today. Like, I believe that you need to go through these bad patches in your life to come out a much stronger person in the end. And I feel like if I hadn't gone through them rough times, I would not be the person I am today and the success that I'm having right now. So we'll start with the beginning. I'd like to address this video, this Dear Me video, to myself when I'm 17. So when I'm 17, I'm doing really well at school, but I've always enjoyed school. I've always tried my hardest, and it is paying off. So I'm absolutely ecstatic. I know that I'm going to university because I've applied and I've got 5 conditional offers, but my grades are going really well. I'm really enjoying it. I was never bothered at school about being popular, and that's something I think that I'm so immensely proud of, because it's shaped me into the person I am today for sure. Because I'm very independent, I don't rely on other people. I can be my own friend, you know. I can sit in this room for an entire week, see no one, and that's fine by me. I enjoy reading, which is something I still do, and I think that by 17 I've discovered who I am. I have a few good friends, so basically I'm doing well at school. I have friends that I absolutely love. I don't care about being popular or not, and I was never really bullied, so this sounds like a perfect life for a 17-year-old. However, what I was doing at 17 was absolutely neglecting my own mental health, and this is something that when I go off to university when I'm 18 and become independent and free myself from all the problems that I was dealing with secretly at home, this is when my mental health problems start. So when I was 17, I lived at home, and I'm an only child, and I lived in a home where I had a big family, parents, uncles, grandparents, and when I was younger I took on the role as kind of a carer role. I know a lot of young people take on these roles at home, and you think that that's what you should be doing because these are your family members, they're sick, they're not very well, and it's up to you to look after them. Well, I took this role on very strongly, and I didn't tell a lot of people, not a lot of my friends knew. And when I'm talking about ill, I'm talking about cancers and mental health. And these are very common things that a lot of young adults have to deal with. And one thing that I was told a lot by friends, family, strangers in the street, doctors, was that I had a very strong personality and that I was coping with these things very well. And I was taking this on board, thinking I'm a very strong person for dealing with all these things. And what I wasn't actually doing was allowing myself to have downtime and feel stressed and take some time out to think about how I'm feeling, because I was so cooped up thinking about what my family needed and how I could improve their situation. I was never forced to take on this role, but they're my family and I love my family and I don't care what the hardships they're going through. I will be there for them, like I think everyone would say so. So one thing that I would like to stress to my 17-year-old self is, yes, you are that strong individual that people are telling you about, but even strong individuals need some time to take a step back and think, how is this really affecting me? And if I'd done that, I would have seen that this was so much for me to take on, and I was just piling it all in. And if you can imagine a suitcase, and I was just piling all my problems in this suitcase, and eventually it couldn't stretch anymore and it couldn't take anymore, and of course it's absolutely going to burst open and the clothes are going to go everywhere. And that's kind of what happened to me when I went to university. So 17-year-old me, you are going to go to university, which is something that you've always wanted to do and you feel very proud of yourself, and you think you're doing the right thing by finally stepping away from this family situation and going off and trying the world for yourself and finally living for yourself. And you're going to get to university and you're going to do the right thing. You're going to unload all of your worries, but obviously it's your family, you're still going to worry when you're there. But you do take the weight off yourself finally, and you think, yes, these are my 3 years to become independent and discover who I really am and live my life for myself and enjoy it. But when you unload all your problems, you have time to think and you have time to reflect back on the past couple of years, like I'm doing now, reflecting back on these university years. And when you allow yourself that space to think, you're going to realise that you've been covering up some of your own issues yourself. 3 months into university, I have my first panic attack. And it's in an exam, and I get in that exam room and my mind just starts flooding with all these things, all these emotions, and I have to leave the exam after 10 minutes and I fail it. And I had my very first panic attack. A year later, this situation doesn't improve and I start having anxiety attacks. And eventually I have to give in and go to counselling sessions. With hindsight, I know, looking back, that all these problems stem from the fact that when I was 15, 16 and 17, I was just hiding all my problems, brushing them under the carpet, because I was so focused on driven on looking after my family. And I'd shoved my personal problems right at the bottom of the pile, but nobody can go through the stress of anything like that, like looking after a family member, looking after a friend. Nobody can take on that much responsibility as a teenager and not come out burnt on the other side. No matter what situation you're in, whether you're stressed with your job, your school, university, it's always good to take a step back and assess yourself. Give yourself a little MOT and think to yourself, how am I really feeling? Because if these get bottled up, then later on, when you do have time to think about it, they're just going to explode all over the place. And I can say that with hindsight, which is why I like these kind of videos, because everyone goes through their own experiences. No one's lives are ever identical. So we all have different advice we can give each other with hindsight. So bottom line of what I would say in this DME video to my 17-year-old self is, I am hella proud of you for sticking in at school and doing what you love and reading, which keeps you occupied. You know, all my hobbies are starting to develop in this period. And it's very exciting, life's very exciting, and I'm going to open a hell of a lot of doors for myself, and I'm very happy about this. But I do have some problems that I'm absolutely not addressing. I'm not allowing myself time to be a person, an individual, because I think I'm strong enough to hold on to all of this and deal with it all. But everyone needs some time to just let it out. Just get in your duvet and have a good cry, or spend a full day just dedicating yourself to you, like have a bath, watch a Disney film and just eat your weight in chocolate. Like, these are things I'd wish I'd done at 17 instead of rushing around trying to worry about everyone else. But even through all of these times, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I did help myself get better through counselling, and I'm at a much better place right now, and I've come to terms with it all, which is what's great about hindsight. Like I've already said, there is an ending. Whether you can find this on your own, or if you need a little bit of help and encouragement of counsellors, therapists, family, friends, there is always a silver lining to everything. And I hope that everyone manages to look back on dark periods as in Yes, this was me going through a tough period, but I am such a stronger person now. And I have dealt with this. So sorry if this has been a bit of a ramble. I didn't really have a plan of things I wanted to talk about. Next week's videos are room tour videos, so if you want to find out more strange things about my room, come back next Sunday and I'll give you a clue as to what's exactly as strange about my room. Yes, I have a pole here, so you might want to come back next Sunday for that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.